guys, Lou here again for another episode of the Daily Dose. Today we're just going to be talking about the aftermath of the Sinulog celebration. Sinulog is this huge festival here in the Philippines, and it's a religious celebration as well as it's become sort of like a huge party over the years. I mean, like it's evolved, you know. The big issue surrounding this Sinulog was in terms of the security of the public. I don't know if you know, but late last year, there were two separate bombings in public events, and allegedly the triggering devices for both of the bombs, or the bombs that they found, were cell phones. As a result, the PNP, that's the Philippine National Police, and the city government requested that the NTC, or the National Telecommunications Commission, ask Globe and Smart and Sun, the three major telecom providers here in the Philippines, to shut off the cell reception for the duration of the Sinulog. That brought about a lot of mixed reactions, between the sense that it was an excessive tactic, that it was just an uncreative, brute forced way to make sure that no incidents happened during the Sinulog, to people actually lauding it because they felt that they were taking the necessary precautions to make sure that no incidents do take place. Speaking only personally from my experience, it was more of a nuisance than anything really. I don't think it's a crazy thing to say that we've grown attached to our phones. Now, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, that's not really the point of what I'm trying to make now. The point is we are attached to our phones. We are attached to the communication that the phones allow us to make. Just the simple acts of greeting good morning to your loved ones and letting them know that you're okay. Those are things that the cell phones, are our cell phones now, allow us to do. And abruptly, on January the 14th and the 15th, that was taken away, and a lot of people were up in arms about it. Though there was a sort of silver lining. People flocked to an app, and we talked about this in the last episode, called FireChat. Unfortunately, in my experience also, FireChat didn't really do that well. I don't know if it was a lack of people, or it was a technology issue, or it was just that there wasn't enough people who believed in the app or used the app during Sunday, or used the app correctly during the day. But I could barely get through any communications on FireChat. So there's that. And another thing though, I mean, right after Sinulog Sunday, that's January the 15th, that same night, I uninstalled the app because it was just consuming a lot of resources on my phone. It would constantly turn my Wi-Fi on and off, same with my Bluetooth, and it would run in the background, and it was just kind of a hassle to have it on there. I don't know what you did, but I definitely uninstalled it right away because it wasn't worth it having on my phone. Granted, in an emergency situation where there is some sort of incident that caused all telecommunications to black out, some kind of doomsday scenario, FireChat would be a good way to figure it out. It would be a good way to make sure that there's always that backup line of communications. So probably what I will do, I will download an APK of FireChat and keep it on my phone, just in case I need to install it at a later date when there's no internet around. And I think that was really the big challenge this year. I mean, personally, I was situated at the grandstand where the big, the big ritual dance was taking place, and I was situated in a place where there was Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi was connected to a landline connection, a fiber internet connection. So I wasn't really at a loss for connectivity. It was just that everyone else I wanted to be talking to, I wanted to text, I wanted to get an update on how they were doing, I couldn't get in touch with them. So that feeling of disconnect, I mean, it really felt really real on Sunday. And I think it's just that we are so used to using the phones really to get in touch with people instantly. We're now so used to this instant snap of a finger communications that we're not used to waiting for a reply. But I guess people got through it well enough. There were no major incidents reported from Sinulog Sunday, though a bunch of teenagers got really blackout drunk and just started doing stupid shit. And my personal opinion on that is that it's fine to go out and party. I've never held it against people, and some of the best people I know would go out and go crazy and when they party. But not to the point where they do stupid shit like banging on people's cars, blocking cars unnecessarily, hopping up in the back of the car on the trunk, and just kind of just riding it like a horse or whatever. it got really out of hand. I mean, it was a whole thing altogether. It feels like, I mean, I'm not trying to sound like a grumpy old man here, but it feels like these kids, the teenagers, kind of lost the sense of what the Sinulog is about. It's not about the party. It's not about going crazy. Okay. Maybe these kids just couldn't hold their liquor. Who knows? I'd like to know what you guys think about that. Did you see any crazy behavior during Sinulog Sunday? And what did you think about that? Did you think it was justified? Do you think the kids need to ease up or be calmed down a little bit? Do you think we're just getting a little bit too strict on them? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And I guess that's all I really wanted to talk about in today's episode. The feeling that, you know, being cut off from everyone else, lacking that connection to them, instant connection to them, was actually kind of disconcerting for me. I guess it just comes down to the fact that I'm very dependent, or I've become very dependent on technology. Terrible realizations this episode. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you haven't, please hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. Also, don't forget to like me on Facebook. The link is also down there. And that's it. Thank you very much again for tuning in. I will see you guys tomorrow. Until then, stay safe, stay awesome.